There is a pressing need for employee well-being. In fact, Indian employees, 62% of the Indian employees suffer from work-related burnout as compared to the world average of 20%, as per a report by CII and a healthcare platform called MediBuddy. To address how people can deal with their own bodies and their stress patterns, on today's episode of Learning Lab, we have Mr. Rashid Ansari. Rashid has been my teacher and my mentor for over 2 decades and is the creator of Syngrity's very unique well-being program called Kokoro. Welcome, Sensei, to the Learning Lab. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background?
Hi Rick, thanks for having me in the Learning Lab. Well, basically, as you mentioned, I've been sort of practicing martial arts for over 50 years now, teaching for more than 40 years. And it's a fairly wide spectrum in the sense that these are martial arts that belong to Japanese, Korean, Chinese cultures, and also some other areas thrown in, Indian, Indonesian, etc. I've also been doing theatre, dance, movement, voice communication for a very long time. And basically that's what it is. That's what I've been doing most of my life.
Welcome to the Learning Lab. Thank you so much. What does this practice of Kokoro entail? Actually, before that, what is Kokoro? And then what does it entail?
Kokoro is a Japanese term. And like a lot of Japanese words, it can mean different things in the way you use it. Kokoro means, on one level, the nucleus or the heart of stillness, quietude. A very common understanding of Kokoro is that it means if something has heart. A common expression is that, do you have Kokoro? Or does this thing that you're doing or interested in, does it have Kokoro? That's really what Kokoro is.
What does it entail? What does this workshop entail?
Kokoro is comprised of 2 things, Taiji Chuan and Dance Your Senses. Taiji Chuan is a Chinese martial art. It came out as a martial art, but today it's often called meditation in motion. It can be practiced by anybody, young, old, any age. It requires very little space, and it's an extremely sophisticated system of mind-body synergy, block and tackle systems, the spring of the human skeletal system. That's what it is. And Dance Your Senses is basically the 5 rhythms, the 5 human rhythms, the rhythms of flow, chaos, staccato, lyrical, and stillness. It's made up of organic movement, Buto, which is a Japanese system of martial arts and dance and theatre, trance theatre, martial arts. It's unique also because it's not a choreographed dance format. It's basically taps into these aspects of these rhythms that each person does in his or her own way. So that makes it accessible to anybody.
Yes, absolutely. And that's an important one to note. It is not really about a choreographed movement. It is your own.
It's not formalized dance.
It is not
formalized.
It's not formalized
dance.
Could you tell us a little bit of the benefits of Tai Chi? How can it really help in managing, especially people who are working in high-pressure jobs, stuck in commute for 2 hours a day? Yeah, how can they benefit from attending Kokoro?
Well, basically Tai Chi is, I'm very biased, obviously I'm going to sound very biased, but it basically is a fantastic system of mind-body synergy, works on the human nervous system, skeletal system, works primarily on your breath, blood pressure, your organs, using the blood flow at different points in different ways. And the fact that anybody can do it doesn't require much space. You just need to learn a few of the basic movements, a few of the basic forms, and you can do it in your own house in a corner, anywhere. And similarly, in terms of Dance Your Senses is basically the 5 human rhythms. The rhythm of flow, when things are together, the rhythm of chaos, the rhythm when things go slightly off, staccato, lyrical, the little small things that you carry, and finally stillness, quietude, where you find the center quiet gentleness of yourself. And anybody can do this. It teaches you how to deal with your emotive jangledness, the rough edges of the emotive yardstick, your stress, your emotions that swing you from one corner to the other corner, the huge spectrum. So all these things, and again, you don't need much space, you don't need much time. 5 minutes to practice your rhythms, go to office.
Yeah. Thank you. Sensei, we would really like you to demonstrate a little bit of Tai Chi that can be practiced at home,
Sure.
which can also help in breathing and also calming the mind.
Absolutely, sure. The main reason why Tai Chi is often called meditation in motion is because it's one of the few activities that one does in which one is a participant as well as an observer. Because when you do something so slowly, you are forced to observe it. And when you observe something, and when you observe yourself in that sense, it brings about emotive, mental changes, paradigm shifts. And initially it may seem as if you're not doing much, you're doing something so slowly. That's why it's called an investment in loss. Even swimming on dry land, because it's so soft and apparently gentle. But that's also contradictory. It's not really like that, because it really works on your system. You realize after doing it 10 days, 20 days, suddenly your balance is better, maybe your legs are aching. Why are they aching? I was doing it so gently. But they do, because there's a constant tug and pull all the time. A few simple movements, standing postures, moving posture, and forms. Forms are basically series of movements put together, depending on 16, 24, 44, and the longest 108 or 116. Yeah. So I'll just start with the 5 basic standing meditation. 1. You hold each one for a count of 10, 15, 20, which is up to you. 2. It's like you're supporting pillars of air. 3. Like peeping into the neighbors. 4. Big chest, big chest. This is the one that's pretty much used quite regularly, in the sense standing meditation or hugging a tree. 5. Big stomach. That's it. Now, this one has actually a certain amount of movement. It's not still. This is called parting the clouds. In Tai Chi, everything comes from downstairs, from the ground, rooting. Yeah? So, as you go forward, you part, you breathe out, you come back, you gather. Go forward, breathe out, come back, you gather. And it's all gentle. The bend, the sink is fairly minute. The beach ball circle, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, carrying the ball, shifting side to side, from one side to the next. These are all things that anybody can do, and it doesn't require any great skill at learning it. It just needs one to want to do it. That's about it. This is the Yang style short form, 44 steps. This is the one that I was taught. There are of course other variations of it as well. And everything is very slow, very gentle, coupled with breathing, the concept of yin, yang, positions, breathing in, breathing out. about 8-9 steps.
Thank you so much, Sensei, for that fantastic demonstration.
My pleasure.
I think it is really important for organizations to take into consideration innovative and really out-of-the-box ways of dealing with employee well-being and really investing in well-being as a part of organizational deliverables. Syngrity offers a range of well-being programs. Kokoro is a very, very unique way in which you can actually deal with, like I said, your stress patterns, learn wonderful movements which actually help in regulating your blood pressure and other functions. So please get in touch with us to book a session for your team.